Hi there, YouTube land, and Missing Aaron. All this is gonna be one of my more vloggy personal videos, and it's probably not gonna be along the lines of the movie stuff that a lot of you are used to. So, fair warning if you want to look at that hair all stuck up and stuff. Uh, so if you want to get out of right now before I get into the all stuff. Basically, what I want to talk about today is a favorite show of mine, a show that I use the word define me a lot in some of the films I talked about, some videos, and because the movie and the media, the songs, the stuff that I listen to, uh, much of this stuff I really, really do care about. I love, and I really take to heart. Uh, I like to see my life with a soundtrack, and music is very important to me. Being here is very important to me. Writing is very important to me, and I've just sort of gotten back into like doing that again. And normally I write like horror and stuff like that, but recently it's been different stuff. So if you don't mind, before I start this video, the I had a sentence going around my head that I wrote to. I wrote and I wanted to put the idea to it. So basically, it was a little prose that I did, and the first sentence was basically, I imagine that there's somewhere in time a moment where I did not love you, an empty, barren space that I can no longer recollect. That was the opening sentence I had going in my head, and I built something around that. It's something that I'm proud of, something that I'm working on. So different. But that's not why I'm here today. I'm here to just talk about a show that is probably going to make me lose a little bit of cred on here, especially with the hardcore horror guys. But in all honesty and fairness, every one of us on here are on here for a reason. We, if we stay on here, we like the camera, we like the interaction, whether it be Logan Toxic and his latest song that he's put on the beginning of his video, uh, Sammy doing his cool basically cool let's plays and reviews and just being himself, Tina DVD, talking and like getting the knowledge out there about the criterions and stuff. Lauren just sticking with sometimes controversial thoughts on certain films, Rob Zombie, for instance, but having the guts and that's to like stick with that and to say these are my thoughts. This is what I think. Like it, lump it. It doesn't matter. We are all here to give a voice that maybe we couldn't give couldn't give otherwise. Uh, and to a certain extent, we are all performers. No matter how real we are on here, it is still, well, there is a level of not unrealness. Not like well, there, I guess there are. They got the guys that script and stuff like that, and like do really cool editing. That's not me. My God, I'm just the opposite. I'm the spew out whatever I'm going to say, have a basic idea for what I want to do, and just go with it from there. I'm not the guy that gets in there and writes it down. I can't do it like that. I'm a writer, but I can't write that realistically clumsily, I guess I want to say. And so, where am I going with this? One of my favorite shows in the last 5 or 6 years had a lot of deep meaning for me because of who I am. Um, at the end of the day, Aaron is a guy that used to perform. Did a lot of stage work, plays, and acting, and he fell in love with film, fell in love with writing, fell in love with directing, and then just went another way. But I never lost that love of being on the stage, that feeling that you get when I never lost that. I always, and I can still remember that. I can remember what like 18-year-old Aaron was like up there, and the heart racing, the the blood is pumping through your veins, and you want to throw up, and you so aren't sure that when you get out there, it's going to be right, and you get onto that stage without stumbling, and the words start to come out, and it's magic. It is utterly beautiful magic. You want to throw up almost the entire time, but it doesn't show. And that's a good thing. When I came on here on YouTube, uh, that was one of the big things with me. I was nervous about being here, about being, not so much being on camera. I've never been really nervous about the camera. That wasn't the thing. But like every person that comes on here, and we don't, obviously nobody wants to be hated, not liked, or even worse yet, indifferent. Indifference is the killer thing when people don't care. When you can't spark a reaction of some sort, and I'm guessing that's why some people come on here and give like really negative stuff. I really don't like that, but they think maybe that's them thinking that's the only reaction they can get. Well, it's not. I mean, anybody that really wants to can get the right reaction. And that brings me to my 6 minutes in talking about that show that is ending in just a couple weeks. That means a lot to me, and I'm really gonna miss it. Even when it was bad, it was a place that I would spend every week. No matter what other show it was. I mean, like there were some really great shows that have been on, like Game of Thrones, the first couple seasons of The Following, Hannibal, Ripper Street, Mad Men, The Walking Dead. But because I'm me, because I love music, because I'm a performer at heart, and I would love to be still on the stage or at least behind the camera somewhere. And now I mean, like, love this, but I mean, you know what I mean. There's a series called Glee, and many people made fun of it, or had all these jokes and like, oh, the music's not real, and this is show music, and show music is like lowering the quality of the music of the performers that originally did it, and that comes from people that don't understand music. They don't understand performing, and they do not understand the way that works on stage, the way that it works in life when you're doing stuff like this. Glee was one of those shows that hit me because that was me. That artsy, slightly out of step, marching to the beat of their own drummer type of person. That's still me. But young Aaron, teen Aaron, was almost every one of the characters on that show. I was the awkward stutterer. I was the shy one. Sometimes I was the one that just didn't fit in, or and other times was just the slightly cooler by proxy one of my friends, only because, well, yeah, not normally. But most of the time, I was like Rachel. I liked the music. I liked the, and I liked Broadway. I liked the style of the music, stuff like that, and it just was something that I always grew up with. I loved. I was always big in musicals. I loved Rocky Horror Picture Show, Shock Treatment. I really love Shock Treatment. I think it's really underrated. So when the show Glee came out, the first thing I'd heard is that there was a series coming out about Glee clubs. And I rolled my eyes. And then one night, I'm not sure if I had it downloaded or if I'd gotten it from someone from a friend. It was on a burnt disc. I know it was on a burnt disc. Someone had like the first episode of like 3 or 4 different shows. And I was home and I had some time. And I sat down and I started watching the pilot episode of Glee. And the music got me into it. I really liked the actors that were on the show. Especially, I thought Rachel was, well, I thought Rachel was gorgeous. And I thought the actor that played Finn was going places. That he had that it thing. And unfortunately, we know, sadly, what happened. And it was a big loss. And the people that were fans of the show were hit hard. And I can't imagine being the actress, Leah Michele, that acted in the series and still acts in the show, having to like go on after that, after her boyfriend, who was one of the lead actors on the show, the lead actor on the show, passed away. And for the series, they have to try to go on and like find some kind of space, find some place inside the madness that is life when things go horribly, horribly wrong like that. So, Glee. I loved it. I love the music. From my soap opera roots, I love the whole drama of that series. I just love the way things were done. And it bothered me sometimes when I'd read the reviews and stuff like that, because the show gave me so much glee, so much happiness that I couldn't get. That I could get that people, everybody has their own opinion. Everybody likes shows or don't like shows, but people and critics and stuff could be downright viciously mean, and I didn't dig that. I still don't. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that I don't like, and unless it's something that's been outright mean to people, I don't normally talk about it. I try and go around that subject. I don't want to insult anybody else's thoughts or tastes. And, I give my own reviews on here. And Lord knows I have been vicious to Rob Zombie at times, even though I do like a lot of the work that he does, and I think he has potential. I've slammed the Batman Nolan movies, even though I do enjoy them. I just don't enjoy them as much because I'm an '80s kid, and my Batman was in the late '80s, early '90s. That was my time. It's someone else's time to shine with the whole Batman thing now. And I guess with Glee, it just hits me, and the show's ending. It's in its 6th season. It had a 13 episode run, so it's got a truncated 13 episode run this season. So it's kind of a little truncated. But it feels weird. I remember listening to a song from on the show, and it was probably around the time that I realized how I felt about the woman I'm with right now. About it stirred me to want to talk to her about it, to tell her. It has that attachment. And I'm gonna miss the show. I'm glad it's ending before it gets really bad, and I know one of the seasons was kind of uneven, but still the music was good. And just some incredible stuff. But I'm gonna miss it. I'm gonna miss the fun and the just that 1 hour that I had in a week that wasn't stressy or Game of Thrones or even like some big action thing with Arrow or Flash, but it was just one happy hour that I could just check out for a bit and listen to music that I enjoyed and remember my childhood. I remember the days when that was me. Oh, definitely not doing a lot of the singing because, like Rex Harrison, I cannot sing at all, and I would talk and enunciate the words before I sing them. Now, here on my own, you want the truth? Can you handle the truth? See, I like music and I like to sing and I like to dance in the privacy of my own room because I do not need to inflict that on the world. I I just don't. It's not a pretty sight or sound, but I enjoy it. I will miss Glee. Ryan Murphy has done some great stuff. Uh, American Horror Story, especially the second season, was incredible. I'm really looking forward to Scream Queens. I'm glad to see that Leah Michelle, who is my TV crush, that's for sure, she has a pair of the greatest legs I've ever seen on a woman on television ever. And in that way, I guess she kind of reminds me of Streisand, because say what you want about Streisand, Streisand was in amazing shape in her time, and she was an incredible woman with an amazing voice. I have Broadway musical crushes the same as I have movie crushes. Uh, and you never grow out of that. There's always those people that bring you back to that time. And I really hope that you can understand why I enjoy what the shows that I enjoy, and why I'm not ashamed or embarrassed to say it. Why I don't mind saying it. I don't mind coming on here and however many people watch this video, whether they laugh or thumbs it down. Yeah, people do that, don't they? Yeah. Well, I don't care. But I hope to God you have something that gives you joy like that, that actually gives you unadulterated joy, because that's what that show did for me. It gave me something to look forward to, something that I just really enjoyed. It didn't have to be Shakespeare. It didn't have to be perfect. It was like back when I was a kid and I was watching the original series Fame. Was it a great show all the time? No, but I enjoyed the music. I got involved with the characters, especially in the early seasons. And I just really, really loved having that space and that time. And Glee brought me back to that time of my youth. So I hope there's something out there, whether it's a TV show or a video game or just a good book or film or just something that just gives you that, brings you to that happy spot, because everybody needs to get to that happy spot at least once in a while when life is going crazy and things are up and down and you're working and you're stressing because you're not working, or you're somewhere in between, or maybe that's fantastic, but relationships, but find that spot, find that place, that happy spot. That my happy spot ends in 2 weeks. That happy spot does. But I still had many happy spots. But the one with the music ends in 2 weeks, and I will miss it. I will miss it tremendously. And I'm going to talk about it tonight to you guys, because you guys matter. And I just hope that you get it, and that you have your spot. You have your Glee. You have your programming that makes you smile or glow or get creative. I don't think there's anybody on here, on YouTube, that stays on here for any length of time and that enjoys doing this, like, isn't kind of like just blessed with that little spark of creativity that keeps them going. Enjoy it. And I guess, yeah, a lot of people would consider me a loser for liking Glee. But for me right now, it's it's time for tea. It's time to look at the big lobster head in the sky and be proud and happy to be a loser like me. Thank you. Have a fantastic night.